Dean. Now, I gotta know, who's a fan of Hell of a Boss? And what about a little show called Hazbin Hotel? We've got some amazing guests lined up for you. Everyone, help me welcome to the stage, Alex, Brightman, and Brandon Rogers! Stage presence is amazing.
This is Brandon's good side. I don't have a good side, so I sit in the center.
I'll see. Your good side's under your clothing.
Too many people here.
There's so many people. Raise your hand. How many people are there? Tell me.
No, just one person. Tell us.
One person. I need you to elect a
You.
representative.
Yeah, you right there. How many people are there here? Can't hear you.
5,000. Can you believe
5,000.
that?
Wow, thank you.
Holy shit.
5 million, you said.
5 million. What they said.
Wow. Thank
No
you
pressure.
So much.
No
Thank you.
questions about it.
That's my stalker right there. Can you leave?
Hi, stalker.
Thank you.
Hi. Oh, we have a monitor so we could see how good we look. Look at that. Oh, perverts. Let's
You pervert. That was a test. Get
Yes,
him.
that was a pervert test and you
Get him.
failed.
Look at the other people all the way down there. Hi, everybody.
Oh my God.
All right.
Hi. I'm sorry you're so far from us. Oh my God, and you fuckers got screwed. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah, bleacher seats.
bleachers. I should forewarn, if any of you brought your kids, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking.
Yeah. Huge mistake. Hi, everybody. Hi, Veronica.
Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Oh,
Yes, and I'm Brandon.
Hey.
And Steve.
So what's
Okay,
where
go.
Where do you go? I got it.
I could just let you guys go all day.
Where do we go when we die?
Yeah.
That's a very deep
I have
question.
the same
thought
question.
we could. That's a very deep question. I figured we could start with a softer question, like, how has the experience been seeing the fan response to both of these projects?
Oh my God. Well, if I knew I'd be hearing you tell me too deep, not soft enough. I never thought that I would be at a convention where I can say whatever I want to London, and I can say anything. I can cancel myself right now. No, thank you for having us. Is this your first time doing one of these here?
Yeah. This is my second time in London, but a first time as an adult. Yeah! Last time I couldn't drink, and now I don't drink. All right.
And I've done booze, I've done the hard liquor, soft liquor since I've been here, and mushrooms, and a little bit of weed. I got it through.
No, this is great. This is amazing to see this many people enjoy a thing that we very much enjoy ourselves. And so, yeah, it's been amazing. Thanks to everybody who's been in the line. And also, it feels so bad having to leave that line. There were so many people at the table that were like, "What?"
They started
like
pulling
that.
out
Sorry, I
knives.
didn't mean to do that, but it's true. That's what you sound like sometimes. Oh, now's not the time to be offended. We have terrible accents too.
Yeah, we're the land of the hard R's. Everything R and I can't understand if the word ends in an R or an A here.
I know.
It's anyone's guess.
I wrote Tyla, Tyla, down for a lovely young man named Tyler, because I heard him say, "What's your name?" He went, "Tyla." I went, "Nice to meet you, Tyla."
How do you all tell the difference?
Yeah, you. No, the answer to your question is we love that you're here and thank you for liking our show. It's an insane premise that I would get a free ticket to London because I do this voice. And that really was just a cheeky way of me doing the voice. Okay, now you.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit
I
more.
think we go to hell.
Yeah, I think also, yeah.
here's why. Because I haven't met someone who I think either belongs in heaven or would want to be there, because it's all just clouds and I have a fear of heights.
I don't like rain.
I don't like rain. I don't like where it comes from, because we all know it's just angels who have, drank too much.
Yep.
And
Also, Brandon and I, if you don't know this, for those of you, who here is going to hell though, do you think? Well, good, because Brandon and I will be driving the bus there. All right. Anyway,
it has 2 driver's seats.
I'd love to talk a little bit more about specifically how you got involved with these projects. I know it probably started in terms of your roles with an audition, but was there anything a little bit more to that?
Well, there's a lot more to my audition, I'll tell you what.
No, the role landed in my lap like a sack of nuts. I'll tell you that I was doing. People say, "Oh, how do I get into voice acting?" You did it. Not really. I made YouTube videos for 15 years, and then an animator looked at me and said, "Oh, that's the person who should be Blitz." And then I got the part, and now I'm a voice actor. But really, I was probably twiddling my twat when Viv came along and was just like, "Hey, you want to have this big life-changing event?" I didn't know what was falling. And actually, we didn't know what it was until after the pilot had aired. That was just supposed to be a one-off little, how long, like 10 minutes or something. This was just supposed to be a proof of concept, and I guess the intention of a proof of concept is to go to series, so we kind of, that was our intention, but we never thought, look at this, this is a whole, this is like a rally at my high school. I would be floored if I was in front of this kind of crowd back then, so yeah, thank you for supporting us for so many years. Thank you.
This does feel like a high school rally where like somebody tells you not to do drugs, except do them.
No, I did not say do drugs. I said
Brandon
do drugs.
Brandon says do drugs.
And I said they're fun. I did not say do them. I said I wouldn't be able to live
don't do
without
them. Don't do them. But also do them. You know what I mean? Mine was a similar case, although instead of doing YouTube videos for 15 years, I was doing Broadway shows for 15 years. Theater kids in the audience? Nobody? Okay. So I did a show called Beetlejuice. I see many of them here. And yes, very cool. And then the cool thing about that is I was showcasing a voice every single night for 8 times a week for 2.5 hours on stage. So one of those nights, Viv came to see the show, who I had never met. And over the pandemic, I got an email that says, "Hey, saw your show, thought it was great. Would you do that exact voice on one of my characters?" And so I said yes, because I had nothing to lose, and I wanted to be in the voiceover world. I didn't think you could get into it. I really, truly thought it was like a very exclusive club. So I took this as a very fun opportunity and did not think it was going to be a very long one. And so this has been like beyond a dream to be able to sit here to know that that is what got you all here, that you enjoy something silly that we enjoy. And other than that, then when Hazbin Hotel came out, Viv said, "Do you want to audition for the show?" Which I was like, audition? I'm already on your show. But I did. I auditioned for every single character on Hazbin Hotel. There was a reel that I will eventually release of me auditioning for every single character. I auditioned for Alistair, I auditioned for Husk, I auditioned for everything. And then they couldn't decide between Adam and Penchas, and so they didn't decide. Which makes me very, very happy for all of, for me and my bank account. Thanks. No, I'm kidding. But I am not kidding. Thank you.
Longer sessions.
That's right. But thanks for being here. Again, we're going to keep saying that. We're just very excited. Hooray! You don't have to cheer after everything. It's really interesting to hear what a lull sounds like with...
Keep it up. So,
you know what, let's try this. Actually, wait, let's try this. Can I try one thing? I'm very curious to see if we can just do this. What would it sound like just to be completely quiet? I mean this, don't be the one stupid idiot. Exactly. Just see what happens. Just 5 seconds of silence. Just want to hear it. Because when do you ever hear that, right? Ready? Nope. Okay, so we'll try it. We'll try it. And we won't be mad. Everyone else will be mad when this ends. Ready? So good. Glad you all can follow directions.
Should try.
Yourself. Get up. Get the fuck out. You know who you are.
All right, no, we're done. We love this. We're okay with all this.
Brandon, I know that you also write on Hell of a Boss. And so I wanted to ask a little bit more about that, about when did that start, and can you talk about, creating more of this world?
Let's start during the pilot, baby. I've been writing that fucker since day one. And I haven't written as much with season 2. I wrote a lot of season 1. I have not written as much with season 2. I did write the episode that's about to drop. It is our Halloween special. It's called Ghost Fuckers. I was even able to get profanity in the title this time. Ghost Fuckers, it is my personal favorite. I'm a little biased, but I think it is one of the most fun episodes. And Millie, I feel like, hasn't gotten her fair share of screen time yet, so I make sure to rectify that. And John fucking Waters, if any of you don't... yeah, there we go. Half of you are cultured. John Waters is in this episode. He is my hero. He is my #1 idol as a director, as a storyteller, as just a comedian, and he did an amazing job. I've seen every bit of recorded media of John Waters. I guarantee you have not heard what we made him do. This voice that he uses, the shit he says, I was cream fangirling in my little skirts. And so, I forget what you were asking me. Right on the show, what is it like? Well, I do it. I get paid. Come on, man. It's fun. It's fun. It's very rewarding, and it's nice being able to. I don't write for Hazbin, though. I do not write for Hazbin. They're very strict about what I can say. I can't improvise as much with Hazbin because Amazon has to go through all of those fuckers. But they know that they fuck. So I try to improvise. They make me do one take improvise. I don't know about you, but if
I improvise a lot, baby.
Yeah, we
One person, huge improvising fan. Wow! One person.
Yeah, improv. It's for the rest of you. It's acting where you don't know what's going to happen, but you make it up.
We make a lot of shit up that makes it onto the show. I know that famously the one that it's on now on a Hot Topic t-shirt, when I said guitar solo, fuck yeah. Very exciting, improvised line. And for those of you who are more Hell of a Boss fans, I'm very happy that my improvised line about Ozzy's enormous penis.
I did not know you improvised.
They just sort of said, talk about things that are big. And so I just sort of went, and so what came out was, it's big, it's huge, it's like a kaiju, it's big.
You were a kaiju? That was
I am a kaiju, so it's like,
oh my god.
I'm kaiju-ish, you know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much.
And so I kind of want to dig into the recording process because I think it might have been a little different for both of you. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think for Hell of a Boss, you actually were able to record with everyone for that pilot.
For the pilot, we did, yeah. And it wasn't until we started physically assaulting each other, we decided, no, this is too much talent for one room. No, it was honestly, you know what happened? I think we were going to try and shoot the whole show together, but then COVID hit us like a bag of bricks, and then we realized, we're actually we're more efficient at doing the show if the actors come in separately. We're all working actors, we all have different schedules. It would be a pain in the butt and vag if we had to get everyone in the same room for every episode. The thing with actors is everyone has a different, it's not like actors work 9 to 5. We work 12-hour days, a lot of, so I wish we could play along each other. But unfortunately, fortunately, Richard Horvitz is really good at imitating every other character. He's our voice director. He voices Moxie, which some of you might know of, and he keeps us in context. If he knows that another actor was delivering a line up to here, he'll make sure that we're matching that same energy. He's a lot of the reason why it feels like the show's done in one room. So anyway, we do it separately, but that pilot was a magical time where we got to breathe each other's air.
I will say there was one exception, that was cool because it was just timing, is that there's an episode, the Mammon episode with the sort of the magnificent, sort of the special, the contest, the panic attack scene with Fizz into Ozzy consoling him into the song Crooked. James and I were in town at the same time doing the same show, so they invited us both in the room and we got to do that scene together, which was like, and it was like, but truly, and I sort of made fun of it there, it was like one of the coolest experiences. I've known James forever. I love James, and so playing his boyfriend is so nice. And so we got to face each other, Mike's here, Mike there, face each other and do that kind of romantic sort of like love scene together. And it was such a nice thing to do because we got to look at each other's eyes. So when I said, like, I love you, Ozzy, all I had to do in my head was replace that with James, and it came out genuine. It was nice. So that is an exception, but it doesn't happen often. I also recorded a lot separately, so that was a nice little moment.
Yeah, and that one was just pure coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think there wasn't an artistic choice for sure. It was just that we were in the same city doing the same show, quite literally one block down from the recording studio. So they just invited us in at the same time. Yeah, it was nice. I'm very happy with that they did that.
And with these shows being both in the same universe, what would you say you enjoy most about each of them?
Which one? Hazbin or the better one?
Both of them.
Oh wait, I'm on both.
Oh, I guess I am too. Which do we like better? Wait, what is it? Which one is better? When are you saying it to me?
It's not even close to the question, Brandon. Brandon has a lot of shrooms coursing through his body right now,
It's not
so.
my fault that I took them. So what's the...
What is the question? Now I forgot it.
What do you enjoy about both of the shows?
What do I enjoy it? Well, they're pretty much the same world. You know what I will say? I like that Hazbin is the more fantastical show, right? It has these big thematic elements like war and where you go when you die, a lot of existential shit. And Helluva, its problems are, on paper quite small in comparison, yet they feel so much bigger. These are relationships with, individuals that feel just as gargantuan as the other show where the world's ending. So I like that Viv, she creates both shows. She has such a grasp on every little detail in the show. I mean, there's such a product of who she is. And so for someone to be able to show run two shows simultaneously that stand in a very different place thematically, it's really impressive because it almost seems like they're written from two very different points of view, and it's all Viv. And so, I don't think she gets enough credit for that, but it is hard. It is, I don't know if any of you have ran a show before. It is one of the hardest things to do, and with animation, you have hundreds of people that work underneath you, and you have to run all of that. She's doing it 2 times at the same time, plus the hell of a shorts. I don't know how she's not fucking crazy, and she might be.
She may be. The way I've talked about Hazbin and Hell of a Boss is that Hazbin Hotel feels to me more like a Broadway show, whereas Hell of a Boss feels like an off-Broadway show. Like, it feels much grittier, and I don't mean that in size. I mean that in that it feels like it's much more micro in the sense that it is just smaller stories, like smaller relationship-y stories, whereas Hazbin is this big, broad, big dance numbers, big, things like that. So they have their merit in both worlds, but that's what I like about both of them. One, I feel like Hazbin is much grittier than Hell of a Boss. Like, Hell of a Boss has this beautiful sort of, not soft focus, but...
You mean the other way around. You mean Helluva's much grittier.
Yes, what did I say? It doesn't matter. Yes.
I agree though. I think Hazbin it has a slightly different flavor. I buy it's in the same universe. I buy that these characters are all governed by the same set of rules. But you're right. There is something a little like sweeter overall with the flavor of Hazbin, whereas Helluva is a little bit more like eating a rice cake.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool if they crossed over though, right? That'd be kind of cool. And I only say that just to say that. For no other reason.
Cool. I think it would be cool. I'm very curious to know what Blitz would be.
I'd love to see that someday,
I am curious though, between when you wrapped recording, whether it was on, let's just say season 1 of both shows, how long did you wait until you were able to see the final product?
It's at least months before you see even the episode that's coming out next week, we recorded that over a year ago, I think. It was over a year ago that we shot, that we did. And so even as a writer on this show, when the episodes drop, it really is like I'm watching it for the first time. I mean, it's like trying to remember an essay you wrote a year ago, or trying to remember something you made. I mean, you'll remember it, but it is quite foggy if you haven't revisited the material since. So it is cool to hear your voice say things you forgot that you said, hear your character go through problems you forgot they were going through. It really is like watching it for the first time. I think I speak for the whole cast. Because we've had cast screenings at Viv's house or at theaters and stuff, and it is, everyone's on the edge of their seats because we all kind of forget what happens. And so, I don't know what the question was, but
I can pick it up from here. Seeing some of that stuff, what's cool about being privy to it is that sometimes you do get snuck certain things, and so like the most recent memory I have is that one of the board artists and animators, and who we all know and love, and didn't do this outside of school, sent me an animatic with my voice that I'd recorded for Hazbin season 2, and got
What a
to watch.
treat.
Huh?
What a treat.
Season 2. Yeah, that's right. And here's the story of season 2. No. You will absolutely love it though. But I got a chance to see like just the sort of still animatics of just in the voice, and this is not a spoiler, wept. It is a beautiful season, and all the rest of the hell of episodes that are coming out. I cannot wait for Ghostfuckers. It's so fucking good. But there's so much cool shit coming that we get little snippets of, so we are also fans of the show. So when we get it, we also are like, it's like we love it. It's so much fun.
I will say, when I got the script for season 2 of Hazbin, I'm so bad at, whenever I do stuff, I usually just read my lines and then I go in the book, so I don't know a lot of the context. And I got the script for the first episode, and I'm like, and I had just finished watching season 1, and I was so impressed by how, like, the finale and everything. I'm like, let's see how they top this. And I ended up reading the whole thing, all of the episodes that were sent to me. And I never read. I'm slightly dyslexic. I hate reading. It is cool. But I will say, as someone who has a hard time reading, I breezed through that script. I was very honored to be a part of something that I feel like took it up a level. It's hard to talk about without spoilers.
But I also didn't realize that, but this is me not trying to sell the show, you're already here and enjoying it, that I didn't realize that season 1 was the top of the roller coaster until I read season 2, and I was like, oh, this is the roller coaster. Like, season 1 is an amazing, amazing thing, but it is truly, in Viv's mastery, a setup for the rest of what is about to happen. Season 2 is so insane. And I would say the next, whatever, how many episodes we've recorded of Hell of It, there's a lot.
Oh, yes. Well, we're in season 3, we're in the middle of recording season 3. And the hardest part is like falling in love with an episode you're working on and realizing they're not going to see this for at least another year.
Yep.
And that is tough because it gives you enough time to forget and fall out of love with it a little bit. And then it comes out, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I was excited about this. But yeah.
It's hard, we so badly want to talk to you about it. And if you come to my table, I'll tell you everything. I will not do that. I will do not hold me to that.
Sometimes people will come to my table and say like, will this happen? Is Stolas gonna die? I'm like, I always tell them, can you imagine if this is here and now where I give this spoilers to your fucking ass?
I say yes to everything. Everyone goes, do you think they're gonna go, yep,
dead.
I agree with everything. Everything someone tells me, do you think that this is gonna happen? I go, oh, that definitely happens. Just so everybody thinks that they got what they wanted. And so far, nobody has guessed correctly about what is going to happen with almost anything, which I love.
I would actually love to move to some fan questions right now. So basically, we were able to submit fan questions through MCM's social channels. So to anyone in the audience, to anyone watching at home, and to all the fans of both of these shows, I just want to say thank you for submitting your questions. Yeah.
Big fan of questions over there.
Yeah.
Big fan of questions. And also big fan of shout-outs, which is what we're gonna start with right now for you. From Anonymous, they just wanna say, you both have inspired me to be myself a lot more and be confident in who I am.
That's a lovely thing to say.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous. I like how comfortable they are.
Well, we really appreciate that, Anonymous. We're glad with you.
I'm gonna be brave and also anonymous. No, thank you, Anonymous, whoever you are.
I'm also anonymous. I don't like people knowing my sexual. I don't know where this is going. I'm betting you all know it. Anyways,
Brandon's very brave with his sexuality.
I'm very brave. I'm very brave to be here as an openly queer person. I like.
Shout out to Anonymous.
And one more shout out from Tiffany, who says, hello, Brandon and Alex. Love both of your works.
Oh, Tiffany.
Tiffany, you devil.
You little minx, Tiffany. You playing for my heart, girl.
Classic, that's, by the way, classic Tiffany.
Yes.
If any of you know Tiffany, that you would get that, but you don't. So.
Can everyone who can do that, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. My soul just left my body a little. I honestly, I think I might get into heaven. But,
Oh yeah, I also have been thinking about that first question about a lot, where we go when we die. I don't think anything happens.
yeah, you're just done. Yeah.
Where were you during, anything else?
You know, that's why you
Good
gotta make a
question.
difference now. We are only alive in a small fraction, a little sliver between 2 eternities. And we have this little window to ask more questions.
And then another question comes from,
Come on, man.
Now I really want shrooms.
our next question comes from Holly and Vicky, who ask, how do you get into the role of your character for your shows?
I fuck an imp. Very good.
Gotta stretch.
Holy shit. I've never seen him do this outside the bedroom. Yep, that's about right. Yep, oh, yes. And we can hear that difference.
Thank you. I can answer this question.
How do I get Blitz? You have to understand, Blitz is not that much of a departure for me. I don't think I get ready. I scream a little on my way to work. I mean, I drive. I'm on the bus screaming. Yeah, that's about it. That's really. I sing loudly the music I listen to in my car to get this stuff going. But yeah.
I do a fat warm-up to do anything that I've done, other than Adam, because that is kind of also my voice in a way.
He's like your Blitz.
He's like my Blitz, I just have to kind of put on a little douche, But for Fizz and Serpentious, it's a bit of a warm-up that I've done for many, many years in shows, because my voice sits here, right here. It doesn't sit anywhere else, and so to manipulate it to go a lot higher is not good if it's not healthy. So it's a lot of like lip trilling, regular vocal warm-ups, and then into a vocal warm-up that has that sort of chainsaw, added to it, or the gravel, or whatever you want to call it. And then Serpentious is just that exact voice. Fizz is basically Pentious is basically a British Fizz with no gravel.
Because Fizz is this, and then if I go higher with Fizz, like if I'm up here, right, if this is with sort of the Fizz, and then I just take the gravel away, it's Serpentious, and he's here now, and here he is, and he's not going anywhere soon. Right.
By the way, I fucking love doing that voice so much, and I just unabashedly just enjoy it. I know people are like, don't make me do it. I'm like, please make me do the voice.
It's very fun to do. It is, yes.
That is Richard Horvitz's favorite voice when he mimics all of us.
Richard Horvitz, every time we're at a Comic-Con and someone asks, Richard, what's your favorite line of yours? He'll always say one of mine. He'll do the sex I want to have. Yes.
Miss Tom, Cherry.
He likes having sex with everyone.
Yeah.
Does everyone else also like having sex with everyone?
Be careful.
The line, I mean. You perverts. Say it? Oh, all right.
I see the club has a sex room. So I'm wondering if you would do a sex with me. Why?
That joke landed so well in
Because
the
I'm having
episode.
sex with everyone here! Hooray!
And then he probably does with someone else.
They have Planned Parenthood in hell. Do they even have that here? I don't know. That's a place where you go for sex, diseases, and babies. Which, tomato. Huh? What did you say to me? You have it called, what is it called? Whoopsie doopsie? Yeah, anyway. That's what I always say when I walk in.
Oh my God, did you just say what I thought you
This
said?
got political.
She said it's called free health care. Yeah, we know. We have nothing to do with that.
We can just afford to pay for our diseases.
This is not, by the way, this is not a competition. So
It's not a
relax.
competition.
You guys are better.
Yes, and I believe you're all diseased. And
We,
you're all
we don't like America either, so we enjoy you much more. And I am only saying that because I'm on this stage. Thank you so much.
So
I
this
just noticed
next
there's some consistent
question.
fog coming up here. This is nice.
It's right here. Do you see this? There's a small.
I
either
thought
a-
that was my apartment, but then no, they're fogging us. Anyways, I'm so sorry, my dear. Yes, you're help.
So this next question is from Danny, who specifically is asking Alex, but Brandon, I also would like to get your opinion on this, which is, in Hazbin Hotel, what do you think Adam's band name was?
Adam's band name? I love a hypothetical question, first of all. I want to just say that very out loud.
What was his-
What's Adam's band name?
His band name.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting hypothetical.
The Fuck Nuts? That's one. He's been a band. And then he's in a cover band called Hall and Scroats. Listen, if you put me on the spot, you don't get much better than Hall and Scroats. That's all I'm saying. Look it up, okay, people? Think about it. There's nothing funnier to me and cooler and better sounding than when somebody says Dick Master in a British accent. Dick
Masters.
Dick Master! Yeah, sure. All right, now it's starting to sound feral in here.
This next question comes from Mark. If Hell of a Boss was a live action, what's one prop you would 100% steal at the end of filming?
The whole wall of dildos. The whole wall of dildos.
They have a Dragon Triller 5000.
That's right. And we wouldn't steal them with the body part you think, but we would steal it with the body part you'd be surprised by.
I would 100% steal the General Pench's hat. The big fuck off, crazy beautiful, general hat. I would steal that. And I would also steal Cherry Bomb's heart. Did you guys over there hear that? I would also steal Cherry Bomb's heart. Yeah, for sure.
I have a question for both of you, one
Okay,
for each.
all right.
So the first one comes from another anonymous, and this is for Brandon.
Okay.
Your skits and shows that you write are very quick and clever with humor. Do you have any advice for writing specifically comedy?
I write my best stuff when I'm around my friends and we're just laughing about shit and I go, oh my god, that's a video. I think the best ideas come from you shit what you eat, right? So like surround yourself with people who make you laugh because you're gonna try and channel other people, that feeling to people around the world that you felt, that's like art, you feel something, you try and make other people feel it. If you're not laughing, if you're not with people who make you laugh or watching things that make you laugh, it's like how are you familiar with the tickle? Right? Like I think if you're familiar with that feeling of like, oh, that's funny, I think you're better at writing it. I think also, that's why I don't write dramas. I don't want to put my fucking head there. Viv can do that. That emotional shit. I still like writing emotional stuff, but I think comedy, I don't know. I guess I'm just better at like analyzing how that makes me feel laughter and then emulating that as opposed to like how other emotions. Also, I think comedy is just easier. It's very second nature. What about you?
It's so unfair of Brandon, one of the funniest people in the world, to say comedy's easier. What an asshole. You're an asshole.
I try to be, but at least I'm tight and clean.
Now I know we go to hell.
My bidet's waiting for me in the lower ring.
I'm his bidet. just need to quickly fill up. All right, this is disgusting. Go on.
So for Alex, we've talked a lot about Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel, but there are people here who also love you for another work you do, which was Beetlejuice. So this question comes from Jasper and Philip, who ask, there are rumors that Beetlejuice the musical will be coming to the West End next year. And that is the answer.
Okay, there's a rumor.
There's a rumor. If that happens, excuse me, would you consider reprising your role?
If it happens, which there are like whispers, I don't know where the whispers are coming from necessarily. I've certainly never started them, although I have not denied them. If it does come here, not only would I consider it, I would really want to do it badly. And that's a different answer than I had like a few years ago because I had done it and I kind of had been with it for like 5 years, developing it and figuring it out and all that, and it was a blast. And I left on such a high, and it was just like it changed my life fundamentally. And so I've been away from it long enough now that I really kind of miss it in a way. And now that I've done these, truly, and it means like doing these cons have actually re-energized my want to not only do it, but to like redevelop it, like get back into rehearsal, find new shit. If we were to do it in the West End, a ton of new shit that would have stuff here, referential stuff here, and so yes, I would be very, very happy if I would just need someone to house me. You know what I mean? So, but nobody seems to want to, so I guess we're not doing it. No, you'll know when we do it and if we do it. I would love to. It would, if I don't do it, it's not for lack of wanting to do it, but I would love to.
Our next question comes from Emily. How does it feel to have so many people reference your characters and cosplay as them too? Which, by the way, the cosplay for this show is amazing because these characters are out of this world.
It is weird. Every convention I go to, I thought I would get used to the feel. When you pull up to the convention, you're in the car, and you just see the people lined up outside, and you go, "Oh, there's hell of a Hazbin, hell of a." It's insane. And then occasionally I'll see people dressed up as characters that we play outside of Hell of a Has, like Beetlejuice or Bryce or these other entities, and it is such a testament to how much you love the work, how much the work has affected you. You got dressed and spent your whole day as something that we helped to create. And I don't think you ever get used to that. And if you do, you're kind of a piece of shit.
It's very, very flattering and cool to know two things. Number one, that you all love the show. It's really flattering because you never know when you make something if people are going to like it. You hope you like it. You hope people will like it. Number two, it's really cool to meet people who are not in the creative arts that are as creative as you people. Because it's amazing to watch people just be creative without it being their living. And I think that's even more inspiring to watch somebody who's like, I'm a dentist, and he's like fully dressed as Husk. Which is, to me, like, that. I love theater people, I love the arts and all that, people in the arts, and God bless everybody in it, but it's cool to watch like a father and a son. Father's a banker, the son is unemployed and useless, and both dressed as characters because they love it enough to want to go out, spend their money, make the stuff, and be here. Could not be more flattering, and we do not take that lightly at all. Brandon and I, everyone else in our show doesn't care.
They hate it.
No, they don't. That's why the two of us are here. We really like you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Blake Roman doesn't care. Blake's gonna hate that I said that.
Oh no, but that's true.
You don't even know Blake.
Blake Roman, like, who's that? Who's Blake Roman? There we go, there's a couple. All right.
No, we love it, honestly. It's very cool that you're here. So, and please, keep coming up. Even if you got nothing, people come up just to say hello, please do that. Do not feel afraid to come up and be like, I can't afford. Just say hi. We like saying hi.
People act like, it's like you say, oh, I can't afford. It's like you spent time in line. That's time.
Yes.
It's just as valuable. So, yeah, thank you for even coming here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have to say, I met a Valentino that said they were a therapist. And this is for Kim. Okay. All right. Well, anyway.
So this next question is for Alex, but I do want to follow up this question for you, Brandon. So Ronnie asks for Alex, what is the inspiration for the Serpentious voice, and how did you get the idea for the voice?
Okay, so I think it's very personal. Thank you, by the way, for holding my hand. There's a very personal process I think everyone goes through how they come across a voice. I had seen the original pilot and didn't want to go so far away from the original thing because I knew people have something to take care of, and I never want to, claim it's mine now. So the thing that existed didn't exist before. I find that to be slightly disrespectful. I think you have to honor the thing that came before you. Mine is about looking at the character, but really just as an actor, this is going to sound so actory, but it's like reading the stuff that's said about him is very helpful about what people say about him. Is Serpentis annoying? Is he heartfelt? Is this? And then just trying so many different things until it feels right. And what I do is I try the voice with my eyes closed, and I'll open it and look at the picture of Serpentis and do it again and see if it matches. Something I would enjoy watching. And so I think if you watch, like the voice does evolve and still has evolved through season 2. Like the more lived in it gets, the more nuance comes. But for me, it's about reading what he says, what's said about him, what is known, and what he looks like, and then just sort of sitting with it. It's not a snap judgment. Fizz was easy because it was what they'd asked for, but Penchas was just a swing, knowing that I wanted to represent something that came before that wasn't so far afield that it would be like a totally new character. I did want it to feel like it was from the same world.
And then Brandon, you mentioned that Blitz is not that far of a departure from your speaking voice, but in the early stages, was there ever a conversation about like maybe doing something a little bit more different?
That's interesting. There really was never a discussion about the voice. There really wasn't. Viv and I wrote the pilot together at a diner, and I think I was starting to voice him as we were writing it. So and then he could say da 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 da, and and there was never any notes about what I was doing. And then we get into the record. I mean, this footage of us filming the pilot, that is literally footage of me voicing Blitz for the first time ever. I never rehearsed the voice. In fact, for me to stay in character, keep my voice consistent, I always go back to that footage of us filming the pilot. Not the pilot itself, but the footage of us filming the pilot. And that's the standard that I try and keep every episode at, is that because I was off the rails in the pilot. I was scared, so that played into my performance. It was my first time voice acting, and I'm surrounded by Erica Lindbeck, Brock Baker, Richard Horvitz, people that have been doing this professionally for so long, and it was my first day, and so I think I was kind of trying to overcompensate with how loud and bombastic my deliveries were, and it just kind of stuck. Because I talk like this, but Blitz comes up here and he talks like this. And so it is just my voice, but a bit more taxing. It's just me on a lot of caffeine. Anyway, I forget the question, but I'm definitely going to help.
You think Brandon's doing a bit? Brandon forgets the question every time he's answering.
I actually do. I do. But I've already, the drugs. So
But we find that to be an adorable quirk about Brandon.
get used to it. All right, so now what? I forget your name. I'm so sorry. Veronica. Like Code Veronica. Oh, man. Get the fuck out of here. Wait, who said that? I don't know what Code Veronica is, but I appreciate this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry for whoever was sitting in front of that person.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Good job.
Bailey asks, what would be a secret hobby that your character would enjoy? It's like a guilty pleasure.
I don't think Blitz hides any of his pleasures. I don't think he does. What would be a guilty pleasure? I don't know. I think he'd be pretty guilty about listening to Taylor Swift.
Fizz, Penchas, and Adam all play different turn-based card games.
Fizz plays Magic the Gathering.
Penchas
Penchas plays Pokemon.
and Adam fucks with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so happy I picked 3 things. I didn't think I would get 3. So Yu-Gi-Oh's cool, right? I don't know. I really don't know. There's a big thumbs down over here. Well, you know what? I didn't create it. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's also a hypothetical question, which I love, by the way.
Yes. What's the next one?
So this will be the last question, but before we end the panel, as we were mentioning, you are signing and doing photo ops, correct? So anyone in the audience who wants to continue the conversation can come visit you.
100%. Come visit. Come say hello. We're stuck in a corner somewhere in a room.
Yes, they're in the sweaty gay corner that they put
Yeah.
us in. A lot of freaks.
Yeah.
A lot of perverts. You can't miss us.
Yeah.
What about?
Did you say wheelchairs get to skip the queue? That's not a rule. No, that's not a rule. Do they? I don't know. We don't run the play. I would
think
imagine.
you can roll right up to the front.
I feel like if you roll
I don't
over
know. I don't know. I've seen people with less come up to the front, so I would assume.
I
they
think
would
just
like-
roll over as many people as you possibly can and get there. I think it's just first. I think just I want to create melee and chaos. Just beat each other up and
already going to hell.
Winner takes all. You know what I mean? I think wheelchair's an advantage in this situation. Just be great. What was the question?
This is now our last question.
Oh, I see. Here's the question. Got it.
What did you? I wasn't. I still wasn't listening. I'm so sorry.
So again, we've talked a lot about Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel, and so for this last question, I would just kind of like to open it up to other areas of work for you. So are there any projects, personal or professional, that you can talk about that you would like to share?
I'm dropping a video today on my channel. Yes, it's very dark-sided. And the next week, well, we're not allowed to talk about that for this question. But yeah, what about you? What are you?
I have a bunch of things going on, but the cool thing is I sold a cartoon to Warner Brothers that I'm going to be developing right now. I'm developing it right this moment. And Viv has been very helpful. Everyone's been very helpful because it is really not my realm in the writing of it. But I got really lucky and grateful and was able to pitch a really cool idea that I thought was cool, and other people seem to. So I have a cartoon that I'm currently developing and pitching next month. So hopefully it will be. We have a studio and everything behind it. We have an animator. We have a showrunner, all that kind of stuff. So it's just about what network wants to pick it up. And so it's hopefully soon to be for feast for your eyes. And it is it's a show. It's a show called Cleaners. It's just one word, Cleaners, and it's about biohazard trauma cleaners in pre-Y2K Boston. It's very funny, very vulgar. I've taken a lot of sort of tips and tricks from Viv, so it has created itself into this sort of more vulgar world. But yeah, kind of lives in between like a Bob's Burgers, Family Guy situation. But it's my sort of my thoughts and voice on the pre-Y2K times of one of the most crazy cities I've ever been in. So yeah.
Is that something that you have been wanting to do for a while now?
I just like writing. I like writing shit that's in my head to get it out because it's so crowded in there. And so I have a writing partner named Nick Walker who was in Spamalot with me, and he's the best in the world. So and he's from Boston as well. So we came up with a show, thought it would be funny, pitched it worked. Didn't happen that fast. And then now it's sort of like on its way. And so there's that. I have a bunch of stuff going on, but that's the most exciting one, especially in the realm of a Comic-Con. So hopefully next time I see you, I'll be signing stuff of my own shit. That'd be really fun. I hope you enjoy it. I think it's very funny.
Are there a lot of squirrels in Boston? Because I feel like I go there, I'm always seeing squirrels.
Are you asking that for a very specific reason?
No, I went to.
It's so weird that he's like, wait, can I just say what you? It's so weird. Two of the characters in our show are two completely drug-addled Boston squirrels.
Is it a thing?
I think it is. Yeah, there's a lot of squirrels in
I
Boston.
went there and I noticed they would come up to you, and then I went to a market nearby, and they were like, "Oh, here's some nuts for the squirrel." Like they were selling nuts so you could feed. And I'm like, "Are you guys is this normal behavior?"
Yeah. Well, these two have heavy Boston accents, and one has a heroin needle sticking out of his back at all times, and his name is Murph because he can't say anything else but that word. So because he's always just says Murph. And so yeah, there's a lot of squirrels, and there's Fitzy and Murph in my cartoon. So enjoy.
Oh, I love a good squirrel.
Thank you. What do we have? We have 20 seconds left. What do you want to do?
I was just going to say, Brandon and Alex, thank you so much for joining all of us here today.
Can we turn the lights up? Is that a thing?
Yeah, can we see everyone?
Yeah. Because I very badly, can everybody raise the roof as you go? I just want to be able to just continue raising the roof.
Get in here.
Okay, I'm coming. We love you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And here's to an amazing rest of your Comic-Con. Thank you for those of you who've been very kind. Thank you to Veronica very much. Please give a hand to Veronica. And please give your money to Brandon Rogers. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Have a great con. We'll see you at our lines.
Looks like you could use some help from the big boss of hell himself. Check it out, he's going to reviews on fantastic first day.